promised I'd look after you, didn't I?
You did, actually, Alex. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Good, yeah, I'm good, thank you. Oh, how you doing? Yeah, very well, thank you, my love. Nice to see you.
I just want to get, yes. We're always coping, We're always coping around here, aren't we? It's this place that's got magic power. Keeps it going. You alright? You going to get on in here? Which way are you going? Alright, you good?
Sam, do you want anything?
I've got Sarah water.
Oh, we're like...
Oh, really? Oh, you got glasses and stuff like that. So those guys haven't worried. How you doing? All good? Yeah? Do you want me to sort the...
What do I need? Ooh.
You just want to adjust it?
Is that alright?
Okay, Sam's going to substitute Danny B out. Okay. Okay. I don't. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, should be good. Okay. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. Where are we at? So we're 3:30. Got a few hours left. So Danny B's going to have a bit of a wellbeing break for half an hour. So we've got 00 Squire in the house. So thank you for taking space with me for Sarah. And Sarah Stones has arrived. You right?
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You good?
TEDx speaker in the house.
TEDx speaker in the house, yeah?
Two
TEDx speakers in the house, right?
Sounds better.
I'm just going to leave. I'll just leave you two to it, should I? Where do we need to start? So for those in the room, those online, where do we need to start for the community to really understand who Sarah is?
Oh, great question. So, 27 years in St. Leo's. Better. First of all, doing HR for lots of different organisations. And I was a nice HR person. Let me put it out there.
Just going to put that out there right now.
Yeah. Realised that I didn't like all the bits that I would say were dull, boring. All the policies, salaries, all the dull, boring bits. I was listening to Claire earlier.
Wasn't it wonderful?
Claire's story. And I had breast cancer 11 years ago. Had really not been enjoying work. And that was a bit of a wake-up call because you think, actually, shit, life's short. We've got to do what we want to do. And I realised that what I hadn't thought about was what drove me, what gave me energy, what motivated me. And actually since then I've been passionate about getting the word out to everybody that we need to think more about what energises us. And at the moment I'm just going through breast cancer for the second time. Lots of people have said, actually you shouldn't be coming out and doing stuff like this, you should be at home. Well, actually, I know that I will have far more energy when I get home tonight because I've done this. and I've been part of this amazing day than I would have done if I'd have been sat feeling sorry for myself on the sofa.
We appreciate you, and thank you for sharing that. As you know, this is a safe space. You helped make it so. But thank you also for sharing that, because I know Claire. Obviously, we heard Claire talk about this earlier, and obviously I knew that you were going to come on later. So, but I think it's lovely, and it threads through today that what we're seeing is people give each other strength, and you saying that will give Claire strength, and the next and the next. So, we appreciate you for everything about you.
And the power of the community in the Citizens Hub. There are so many people in this room that are helping me on that journey, and you're not on your own.
No, you're not.
And that's what we need the Citizens Hub for, and Wellbeing Wednesdays, and that's why we need to raise money for them.
Yeah, we do. Donate.
Donate.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to come and sit over there because I just want to hug you for a bit.
That's all right.
And when I said to Sam earlier, because Sam had other things to be doing this morning when Ollie was on, and I said to him, when you get some time, he's a busy boy now, jet set around the country doing his thing. He said, I said to him, who would you like to come and talk to about and co-host? And he said, Sarah Stones for me. So I'm going to let Sam take the rest of the interview. But if it's okay with you, I can come and sit with you.
That would be lovely.
Oh, I'd love that too.
I would love
that too.
I might share my
Share
purple
your
blanket.
Bless you.
I think let's give Sarah a massive round of applause as well for her mindset. I do think I don't think you realise the impact you have on other people, like in regards to your perspective to life. But like personally for me, like you've super like almost I'm starting crying already. But like you really inspire me to it's alright mate. Keep the invitations away from me. Yeah, no, I just super inspired by your mindset and the perspective that you said about that. We all need other people in the community. Actually, everyone needs a Sarah Stones. You motivate us to be better people and to look at life in a completely different manner. So we appreciate you, Sarah. It's all good. So you are the motivation expert, and I want to I've got some curious questions prepped.
Sam, if it didn't.
And I know obviously linking to the wellbeing aspect, I'm really interested over the next 45 minutes to an hour around unpacking how we can all tap into our own internal motivators to live a better life, but also how we can help others activate that within themselves as well. Obviously just turned into a new year. There's that kind of New Year's resolutions, new year, new me. So kicking off with the first question, how could New Year's resolutions feel different if they were built around energy, values and enjoyment rather than pressure?
Brilliant question. So I think when we think about New Year's resolutions, it's normally fitness, health, financial goals, and we just think about what we want them to be, but what we don't do is fit them into our life. And actually what is really good before you even get to setting New Year's resolutions, and actually resolutions shouldn't be just New Year's. We should be resetting our resolutions as we go through the year. But before we set any resolutions, we should be looking at our vision. What is our vision? What do we want to achieve in the next 6, 12, 18 months? And actually, it's a bit like when you are looking for a new car, you might not have seen this blue Mazda at all. But if you go shopping and you see a blue Mazda, you then start seeing them everywhere, don't you? So if you have a clear vision of what you want in your life, and I would say take time out and sit and write that down, or paint a picture if you're artistic. Just get that. How do you want to be feeling? What do you want to be seeing? What do you want to be hearing? And if you've got that really clear picture, you can then start and go backwards to think, what resolutions do I need to be making to be able to achieve that goal? And if it's how you want to be on the 31st of December this year, then go, actually, what do I want to have done? What do I need to have in place by October? What do I need to have in place by August? Work it back so that you're breaking those big goals into smaller, achievable ones.
To quote Alex, yours is like think big, act small.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. So and actually, so we talked about this earlier. I was talking about seasons. This year, I kind of changed my. I've been trying to apply business strategy, target setting to life, and fail miserably for 10 years. Business has done all right. Impact has done really well, but actually life hasn't. So this year, I'd split my year into 6 seasons. So 2 months feels like the right amount, but it's all about energy. And to your point, it's like, what are my defaults, and build from there. And yeah, that's learning from people like you that question the way we think about motivation, the way that we address how we're making progress throughout the year. Because it's not a yearly thing. A year's too long, right?
Yeah.
We got so much to resolve in the next week.
And shit happens.
And shit happens. Well, that's a very soft way to put what you just told us a minute ago. Yeah, but you're right. Shit does happen.
But once we've worked that out, we then need to think about our key motivators.
Yeah.
Now, Daniel Pink, in a book called Drive, talks about autonomy, so being able to make our own decisions, mastery, doing it to a high level, and purpose. I think there's 9 different motivators, and we've got to look at those and work our goals and our resolutions around those motivators that are important to us.
That leads on to my next question.
Funny,
So like to link into that then, so just say I've understood potentially a vision of a life that I want to create, but I still might not have that self-awareness of actually what does motivate. Like, I know what I want, but how can I continue to generate that motivation even when those shit happen times? So how can someone who says, I don't know what motivates me, begin to explore their key motivators? What does that look like for someone?
Great question. Well, either come and talk to me. I'm always really happy to help people do that. Or on my website, which is plainsailingmotivation.co.uk.
I'll stick it in the chat.
There's a page which really tells you about all of the 9 different motivators, and it's about going through them, remembering there are no right or wrong motivators, and just thinking about which ones jump out to you more. So things like, there's one motivator that I know Alex relates to around building relationships.
That's my vibe.
Now, if you've got that as a strong motivator, if you were thinking about exercise, if you were going to plan your exercise around going for a run on your own every morning, that may not motivate you because it wouldn't be utilising all of those friendship motivators. So find a running club, find a tribe that you can do that with. For someone without that motivator, or someone with a high need for freedom and autonomy, they would hate going to a regular gym class.
Too many humans.
Yeah. So actually they would achieve their goal of getting fitter much better if they set something up all around
I like
doing
that.
that by
That's nice.
themselves.
Like motivational stacking. So a bit like, is it James Clear? Is that his name is? The guy that's Atomic Habits.
Oh, yeah.
He says about habit stacking. So
Yeah.
how you can stack certain habits.
Yeah, but what you stack them on, and that's the motivations, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
First time I've become that insight. And I want to try and create as much value for listeners that we may not have any resource, and actually we don't know, we haven't even thought about reading a book about these type of things. What I know Alex speaks about, your one of your things for this year is about understanding signals, not the noise.
Yeah, we talked a lot about signals today.
So what signals can someone begin to become more mindful of in their own lives to understand what motivates them?
So it's really paying attention to what drains your battery and what fills it up. We are just
It's for Luke, sorry.
like...
I saw Luke sit on the floor, so I just thought he needed a cushion. So ADHD just went bing. And then Sonny, I'm sorry. Welcome. Sorry, carry on.
We are just like mobiles. And we know that when we don't plug our mobile phones in, they don't work. But actually, we keep going, and I know people with lots of energy and lots of ideas.
And why are you looking at me? I'm
I don't know why, Alex.
not a lot of energy today, mate.
Just keep going and keep going, but don't think about, actually, I need to plug my charger in. And it's also about doing things throughout the day even that can top our batteries up, because we don't all have jobs that don't involve anything that demotivates us. We've all got those tasks to do. But if we plan our day so that we're doing stuff that's giving us energy, and then we can do a bit that drains our batteries and then top our tanks up. Motivation and energy is just like food. We need to eat regularly and we need to top our batteries up.
Love that.
Loves it.
And what is there any like scientific evidence of actually what happens, like when someone's motivation levels are low, like both mentally but also emotionally? Like how does that link to someone's well-being? That'd be quite interesting to know, obviously.
And the theme of
Have you ever met anybody with a high level of motivation and a low level of mental health and well-being?
Good question.
in moments, maybe.
I would have, yeah, I would have said in short, in like those seasons, but and also potentially, well, I've personally found that if you've got a high level of motivation and vision for doing something, actually your own mental health and well-being can be impacted by you doing exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
There's context there, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, there is, but it's about being aware of it, and organisations that measure and understand what motivates individuals within their teams can manage those teams in the right way for them.
Yeah.
The way you would manage you might be very different from the way that someone would need to manage Alex. Although
I don't think Alex is manageable.
I know. Well, you just said that before me, so I was just going to say that wasn't a good example of it.
Shut up. No, it's fair.
But we all need to be managed in a slightly different way. And even our children and our partners, we should all be talking about what motivates us and looking at whether we need relationships, whether we need security and stability, whether we need recognition. Lots of people think, oh, people want a pay rise. Yes, most of us would like some more money, but money is not a real strong motivator. It's a hygiene factor rather than a motivator for most people. Learning and development give people the opportunity to go learn. That can be far more valuable, and we all need to be feeling like we're making a difference.
What I find really interesting about that word motivation, and I think you think about it in a leadership sense quite a lot. It stays in a bit of a corporate bubble sometimes in terms of this conversation, but actually, if you understand people's motivations in society and community, in the streets, we talked about the 3 people that beeps to Katie on the way to work. It wasn't at you, just beeping generally. You know, if you yeah. No, there's context. Watch it 12 hours ago, whatever that was. But what I'm saying here is, if you take the time, if we as a community take the time to understand the motivations behind an act, behind someone saying something, trying to do something, if the motivation is good, then give it pass, give it way. And I think it's not just isolated within leadership, within a corporate culture, within business, the way that we tend to naturally talk about it. But from a community perspective and a wellness, like the well-being aspects of this hub and the community that we're within, understand if we all took that time to do that, and maybe that's something that we can do within the Wellness Wednesday culture, is really start to think about the motivations of the individuals involved within the leadership opportunities around here. I think we'd have a lot more empathy within our culture, within the town. I think that's something that we absolutely should explore.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that we can all in this room take away from today is that just even start with the question, what is driving this? What's the motivation driving this person to act or in this way? And I think one of the final questions I'll ask Sarah is around, we've spoken about our own internal motivations. How can, if someone isn't aware of theirs, but we're kind of looking at from a community standpoint and how we can better each other's mental health, what's one thing that we can do for others to help them understand what motivates them?
Nice.
Yeah, great question.
That's a good question, isn't it?
It does.
Cheeky, isn't it?
And I'm always,
It's all this coaching.
I'm always very aware that when I need to think of the answer, I go, that's a great question.
I added another second or two on for you.
It's about asking them.
Yeah.
What have you done recently that has given you loads of energy?
Yeah.
And what do you need to do? What can you do to get more of it? Because what we really need to do is flick the switch on conversations around motivation. Most conversations around motivation are about when people don't have any. And people are complaining that either they don't have any or people around them don't have any. And if you think about positive psychology, until people started studying what you need for a positive mental health, all they studied was what went wrong when
classic.
people didn't have good mental health. And motivation conversations need to be the same.
Yeah.
We need to just flick that switch.
Yeah. And switch the mindset.
And start talking about it as a day-to-day thing.
It's culture.
Awesome.
It's culture.
So how can people connect with you off the back of this conversation and begin to explore their motivations in new ways and also support others in doing so?
LinkedIn is a great place to find me. Sarah Stones or plain sailing motivation, because motivation should be simple and straightforward, which is the definition of plain sailing.
Look at that.
Love that.
Sarah Stones, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
all you can find Sarah in the Citizen Lab.
Yeah, she's here all the time anyway.
Just integrating into everyone and asking really good questions. So let's give Sarah a massive round of applause.
Big up.